testing your ability to
on fly.
Shoot from the hip, somebody said. Ant, thank you for the comment. Amp says he hopes you see this in time and get a second to comment. We do, and we are, or he is. He says, The Hill had a guest on about a week or two ago. I believe a surrogate for Warren, pushing hard on this narrative, likening her to Frances Perkins. She's also pushing that comparison herself. She repurposed wood beams from some old house or furniture of Perkins into a podium for her to deliver a speech on, in which she likened herself to Perkins' motives and actions. Perkins had a good history of advocating workers' rights and other issues even before her time in the White House. If I myself were to liken anyone to Perkins, it'd be Bernie Sanders. I don't doubt that you agree. Just curious to hear your take on it and desperate for someone with an established platform to respond to this. Well wishes and congrats on the Daily Show.
Thank you.
The sheeple who become sus just because it's a Russian network. Just we need to wake up.
Yeah, that's true.
So what do you think about this Perkins thing?
Look, Warren has tried to wrap herself in movements. A few things. Absolutely. But movements has been the latest thing that she's tried to wrap herself into.
She's trying to align herself to things like that, right?
I don't... Let me just say it this way. I think she's looking for any avenue possible to get into the White House. And I think the avenue that she's taken on is, I need to pull some of Sanders' people. I need to pull some of Biden's people. Meaning, I need to be cuddlier than Sanders in order to get in. Meaning, people need to think I have a bit of edge, but not so much edge that I can't get the other elements of the party on board. But that also means she needs to get people who are affiliated with Sanders. That's infinitely important to understand. And so when she's running, and the way she ran this race is, whatever Sanders does, I'm going to ape it. He's for Medicare for all. I'm for Medicare for all. He's for this climate plan. Well, I have a climate plan. He's for a criminal justice. I have a criminal justice plan.
Me too.
And the people, me too. I got that. And the people on the networks will say, she has so many detailed plans. And it's like, but they're just copies of the shit that Sanders has been doing for the last 30 years. Like, it's so aggravating to watch. And honestly, maybe this is why I dislike her. Because I didn't dislike Warren like this. And I think I didn't dislike her like this. No.
Maybe not from jump, but this go round.
I didn't dislike her from jump. This go round, yes. Because I felt like he tried to push you to run in 2016 and you said no. And then you wouldn't even support him. And now he's running and you jump into the race with this notion of like hitting him in the knees to sap away some people who may think you're... But even within that description, it's to take away some people who think that these two people are similar enough and she has a vagina, so, I'm going to go this way. Like, it's that stuff that I think aggravates me more than anything else. But in order for that to take place, she has the very least pretend to be somebody that those people would hook into. Meaning, she has to parody this guy. And she has to do it, like ape him. You have to have something to latch on to for this. And so whether it's her pretending to be in movements, pretending to be a Native American, pretending to be Sanders, whatever the pretending is, all of it still boils down to, I'm pretending to be something else in order for these people to believe enough to vote for me and support me. It's all based on support. I hope you realize that. Just like Obama running on hope and change. It's, I'm going to cast my... When you're watching... It's Christmas. You're watching TV. And these polar bears come on. And one has a little kid. And one is like rolling down in the snow. And then the dad polar bear comes and he gives the kid a Pepsi. And the polar bear cracks it open and drinks it. And it's a Coca-Cola.
And they're sitting drinking.
And it's like, oh, that's so cute. It's so adorable. Now, what just happened though? What just happened? What's more interesting is what mechanically just happened. A fake polar bear, just like the polar bears that are, dying because they can't get to the other ice shelves. A fake polar bear flips open a container that's fake also of syrupy drink and representatives for drink. All of this done just to attach that emotion that you felt when you're like, oh, that's so adorable with Coca-Cola, something that's just sugary drink of water and that with a certain amount of rat feces in it that's allowable by law, that type of stuff. I guess my point is, it's that That's no different. Those things are exactly the same. A candidate has to craft something around themselves in regards of how people perceive them. And hers is, I'm attacking Wall Street. Even in that article, what is that? She's been attacking donor class. Well, she's been attacking the donor class for a reason. She falls short when he gets to the issues of foreign policy because she doesn't know what the fuck she's talking about. But on the domestic issues, her goal has been, I am very similar, if not identical, with the exception of a vagina, to Bernie Sanders. I'm just cuddlier, and I just believe in capitalism, and I just need to craft a law. I just need to be this technocrat to get this done. But that's an image, It's like it's not like there's certain things of her leak through that says that's not necessarily indicative of reality. And honestly, there's something to be said for just being who you are. No,
we don't know who the hell Warren is.
But that's the problem.
All over the place.
That's the problem. And I think this crafting herself as Perkins.
Very good chameleon.
Yeah.
Just kind of blend in. And
well, I don't even think she's that good at it. That's the sad part. Like, in the beginning, yes. But the moment that somebody says, are you going to increase taxes on the middle class to pay for your healthcare plan? Something that everybody knows. Everybody knows the answer is yes. And her answer is, she says no.
Well, I think in the beginning she was just imitating Bernie Sanders.
Yes.
But I think she started to really lose ground because now she's just kind of imitating whatever.
I think she's
it's like, this sounds good. I'm going to go with that.
I don't think she can get it back, though. Like, once you lose it, I don't know if you can get it back. Meaning, she was at one point, like, you must understand, this was her in the polling at one point. Like, to be clear about it. Yeah, Warren had gotten all the way up here. Look at that. 26.6, Biden 26.4. This is the average of polling. And this was in, October? What are we in, December? She's down here. Once you lose it, can you get it back? Can you get it back, baby, once you lose it? I don't know. I don't think so. And not to mention, Buttigieg is not helping her, doing her any favors at all. And honestly, the moment that you come out with a Help Pete's plan, people start looking at Pete maybe a little bit differently. But, look, my only point in this is how a person presents themselves. And the media and the hoopla around them and everything else. That person may have no connection to the way that they're trying to present themselves. And I would put to you that this is probably the same. I mean, the woman was a Republican and a corporate lawyer, for fuck's sake.
Yeah.
Let's be clear. Let's be clear. She aggravates me so much now.
See, and a couple of weeks ago, you were like, I don't understand why you hate her so much.
No.
And you were like, is this because she's a woman and you're a woman?
No. I don't know.
You
I don't
did
know if I said
that.
some sexist shit like
you
that.
You did say some sexist shit like that.
If I did, I'm sorry.
You did. We played the tape.
I know a lot of women who are listening to this right now who would be like, no, women can be some catty assholes. All right, so let me see.
What is happening?
I'm saying.
What's your next topic? Because we're getting a little weird.
All right.